Bonsoir, bonsoir, comment vas-tu? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis la Reine 2. Bienvenue sur ma chaîne. I am the Hoodoo Queen. Welcome to my channel. This is your Sunsets and Spirits for July 23rd. Thank you so very much for joining. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave a sweet, kind comment below. Hit your notification and postification buttons. And please share the video. And also remember, once this video has completed, please let me know in the comments after it has uploaded. After it has uploaded, your feelings and thoughts about the collective reading. Everybody, we had an incredible weekend, but I will talk about that more on Sunday. Um, Hello, Isaac. Hello, Aries, Phoenix. Hello, Regent Smart Bree. Hello, Dynamic Divine Readings. Maven Unmasked, Canny, Sharon, Peter, Justine, Je suis Gagari, Josie, Shabby Rocks, Nazare, Marquise, Kenny, Shay, Linda. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lady Anne. Sirius Williams, new one. So, congratulations to the recent graduates and newly accepted class. Yes, so today we sent out a few acceptance letters and rejection letters today for the next up and coming class. There'll be a couple of more that'll go out tomorrow, and we will have our full, all of that will be complete. We'll see who accepts the challenge, if you will. So, but we have a lot um, to discuss on Sunday. I do just want to take a moment again and express my gratitude and appreciation for all of you that have taken upon yourselves to um, contribute and invest in my journey of having children in our IVF and surrogacy journey. Please know that our GoFundMe is located in the description box. Please remember that if you decide to donate $100 or more, that you will be invited to the child's blessing and spiritual naming. In addition to that, this entire journey will in fact be documented so that you're able to follow along for these situations. And but also just understand too, we're not looking for huge major endorsements in any capacity. To be honest with you, I have 124,000 viewers and followers. If only 10,000 will give $10, I will have what I need to meet my goal. I do need to express the seriousness and the heaviness of this. It is time sensitive for multiple reasons, spiritually and mundanely, but I almost feel that the mundane element of it is more serious than the spiritual one. Because if by chance in November we get a president that we don't necessarily want or need, that chance will not only affect me, but it will affect you and anyone else and your children and their grandchildren. Um, to be honest, so I just want to be very clear on that. That time is truly of the essence. Um, yes, of course, I would love to have this be a I would love to have this goal be reached by August 1st. Is that a realistic goal? I do believe so. Will it actually happen? I don't know. But I'm also willing, because the reality is this at this point, what I have there now invested, and though I'm grateful for it, it's enough to get the surrogate or maybe the egg donor here to the facility clinic and to get their plane and for their stay, and that's it. I wouldn't even be able to do the things, the medical things that need to be done, the testing and all of those things that need to be done to even have it. So I also just ask him if you're interested to please share with those that may have experienced this journey or that may be willing to invest due to them trusting you. And even if you just ask for $10 would be a huge thing. Um, but not necessarily to just exploit it across all social media, because it's not important to do that way. Be intentional and be deliberate about the things that you are going to do. Um, Congratulations, Susan 2025. Buckle up. It's an incredible ride. It's an incredible journey, yes. Bonjour, House of Idris. Bonjour, Cameron. Bonjour, Peter. Bonjour, 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 bonjour. Um, Merci, merci, Maven on Mask. Merci beaucoup, merci. All right, so let us begin today. I don't think we'll get cut off today because the network cut off right before this, which is why I was late actually getting onto here. So let's see. Super, merci beaucoup, Kenny. Merci, thank you so very much. And I'm just grateful for whatever, but I do have to be realistic about like, okay, what can this go to? Because I have a list of things that sort of like goes. This is how much it's going to cost just to get the egg donor. This is how much it costs to pay her. This is how much it costs for the testing, psych eval, blood testing, all of those different situations. This is the per diem given on the travel and all of these things. And these are not my personal decisions. These are things that are literally required and requested by the agencies and such. Invest in some quality wig glue to make that toothpaste stick. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Um, Jessica, I will definitely contribute next week, Queen. I will do whatever I can to help with your goal. Thank you. And that's all that it asks. I will donate money. Been stagnant, but I will get it in. No worries. And I will tell you all this as well. I appreciate your investment. I appreciate your kindness. But I'm going to tell you this, in the economy that we're in, if you can't give now, don't. If you can't give now, don't. Give when you can. Give when your cup is full and you're able to, right? Um, I'm not trying to hurt anybody else's household or anything like that. If you trust in knowing in me and in this, and you will do that, perfect, great. I appreciate it, but I don't want to be held accountable for your lights being turned off or something along those lines. But I will tell you this, and I do know this for sure: when you bless me, you are blessed. you know, so there's that. All right. So everybody, I don't know if you heard, but there's a raggedy season out here in these streets. There's a raggedy old raggedy season. They're showing their tails already, throwing them bundles already. Can anybody tell me what season that is? Merci, Josie, merci. Big Leo season. Big Leo season of it all. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. I'm more happy to contribute when I have the extra cash flow. Super, merci. Merci, Karen. Merci beaucoup. Leo, stand up. Listen, if there was a mess needed to be assigned to a zodiac sign, it's going to be your Leos. Y'all a mess. You a mess, you a mess, you a mess. I love you. I love you dearly as a fellow fire sign, but you're messy. Raggedy indeed. Mm, mm. Um, must be that big cat. Where Afro at? Listen, you already know. I love some Leo energy. As do I. As do I. Bonjour, King Naru. Bonjour, Naru. Bonjour, bonjour. All right, everybody. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Out here being grown. Leo energy. So where are my fire signs? Fire signs, where are you today? Where are you today? Hello, Jennifer Jolie. Hello, Raleigh. How are you? Fire sign. You know, I question how I wanted to go about doing this. And I guess I'm going to just stick with what I've been doing here. Um, I may shift over to tarot next season. Perhaps. I should actually start with this season because it is fire. And that's when things begin, like with the Aries. I was considering, but I don't know. Anyways, fire signs, we get the Eight of Hearts. The Eight of Hearts communicate that things that we may think that we can trust, things that we think that we can depend on, things that we may be loyal to, will in fact, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, betray us to some capacity. This is literally us saying that we need to look to who we think that we can trust and um and question it. In fact, let me check an email because I got an idea. I have a good idea. Um of who that can be in my life, actually. Um and and I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Oops, I'm late. Did I miss Aries? So we're just in fire signs, Brooklyn. So you're good. So the card that we got for the fire signs is the Eight of Diamonds. I mean the Eight of Hearts. And this is just communicating that we need to be aware of who we think that we can trust or what we think that we can trust in the next 24 hours that we probably cannot. That there's some form of dishonesty, disloyalty, and those kind of things. And you know, now that I think about it, it could be a couple of things, to be honest. Um, and when I actually think about it, I'm like, you know what? That is also a thing I had already considered. Um, but then I often say this as well too. We often sort of look at this thing of the betrayal of someone else, but then I want to just ask ourselves, are we being trustworthy? Are we holding ourselves accountable to the things that we are we holding ourselves accountable to the things that we um, are putting out or that we have committed to? Are we holding up on our ends too? You know, that's something. So like, who's depending on us? Who thinks that they can trust us? And if we are fulfilling those things. Now, here's the thing about betrayal. Sometimes it is the perception of betrayal. On the other side, it is a deliberate thing that is being done, right? So just be aware of that, okay? But I also got to mention this, and I think my ancestors were just coming through with this particular thing, but are you betraying yourself? There's no greater betrayal than the betrayal than you betraying yourself. Are there things that you know you should be committing to, things that you know that you should be doing, things that you have told yourself that you're going to do that you don't follow through? Are you betraying yourself? Because if you're betraying yourself, don't get upset when your community or universe or the world that you've created is also untrustworthy. Because if you don't follow through for you, why would anybody else? You know, this is something to consider heavily. Yes. So actually, Isaac said the same thing, like at the same time as I was saying it. Now for my earth signs. Where are my earth signs? Where are you? Earth signs, where might you be? Okay, earth signs, Virgos in the house. Caps, where are you at? I mean, pardon. Yes, Capricorns, where are you? Taurus, where are you? Okay, then. Come right on through. I am not even mad. Earth signs, you get La Lune Solitaire Reversée, the Lone Wolf Reverse. Definitely have been self-betraying. I've let my day job and me overextend myself. You gotta stop that, Brooklyn. Job, commander, most of it, most of all my spare time. Yes, 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 yes. Brooklyn, that's a pattern with you. That's a pattern that I absolutely have seen. Like as this fire sign, you are burning yourself out. Almost like burning from both ends, but it's really just like more so on this way, you know? We have to work on that without a doubt. So earth signs, you having La Lune Solitaire, we will see communicates that it's one thing to operate in a space of self how do you say this? To not internalize, but to look inwardly, you know, make sure that you are as I like to say, like self dissecting versus reflection, like that deep stuff. But this card is literally telling me that you're going to find yourself operating alone. You may even find um, that you have alienated yourself. Okay, you may find that you are absolutely have distanced yourself from the group or the family or your loved one or whatever. But this is all about being alone and lonely, not this thing of operating with independence, but literally this thing of you are alone. And this, I'm here to tell you, it takes a village for everybody, not just a child. So if you're looking at your shortcomings, if you're looking at your like questionable things, understand that this is more than likely your own undoing. So don't put blame out, okay? Because this is something that you have decided. This is something that you have created in that capacity, if this makes sense, which can be detrimental to the things that you need or even how you feel. D'accord? Ensuite, nous avons l'air. Air signs, the air. Where are you? Where are my air signs? Okay. Woo. I was pondering on this all day. Spot on up. It sucks when you know it's your fault. All right. Air signs. Nous avons the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts speaks to all things new. Stepping into new realities, new positions, new relationships, new environments, a new day, but understanding that stepping into and being presented with newness is a beautiful thing, but for most, it is also a scary thing. It is scary due to the lack of emotional maturity. It is worrisome due to the lack of security. It's new, it's uncertain. Yes, those feelings are in fact valid. But what I am communicating to you is that you must operate with emotional maturity by allowing these new involvements, new approaches, new presentations, new relationships, new positions in life to develop before you can make a true judgment on what it is, before you can say yay or nay or absolutely not, or whatever the situation may be. This particular card is saying that there is a newness that you do not need to fear. There is a newness that you need to absolutely experience at this particular point in time. Allow it to do so, allow it to be so, but do not judge your unripened fruit as your entree or your dinner. Do not judge the bud of a rose um in comparison to the bloom. Oh, this is not going to be the right rose because of the bud. You don't know. So you have to allow it to develop, allow it to grow. It's very difficult to judge your crop based off of the seeds when you have not experienced the season to even grow, develop, mature, and harvest. That his um run emotional relationships once it I'm now. Oh my goodness. So that is my air signs. All right. Last but not least, water signs. Where are you? Where are my water signs? Waters, also known as Scorpio. The best for last. All right, my water signs. Nous avons Rosemary ou les romarins, les romarins, which is Rosemary en français. This card literally is communicating that as long as you can obtain understanding, you can obtain, attain, and retain your peace. This is communicating not to respond with more misunderstanding. Don't try to prove your point. This means let me quiet myself so that I may listen, so that I can be, so that I may operate with what is this word, to be more sympathetic to a situation, to an idea, being more receptive and open to the possibilities, to find a common ground to whatever the situation may be. But this is all about operating out of a space of temperance and understanding, staying level-headed, not moving like the rapids of a raging river, but absolutely operate more like a stream that allows you to gracefully maneuver around rocks versus having to be forceful and aggressive or intensely over them, more so than aggressive. Okay? So it's imperative for you to operate in that space of understanding. And the only way that you can understand is if you are willing to understand. It's just not going to happen. Now, let me make this point very clear. Because you are willing to understand does not make the other party, environment, or element willing to understand. And that is something also to understand. Because if I understand that you cannot understand, that you cannot operate or receive rationale, I then, in fact, will not invest. And for that reason, I have my peace. But also, let me make this part very clear to each and every one of you. D'accord? Écoutez, s'il vous plaît, ma chère. Tu prêt? Super. Be at peace with the peace that you create, but be more at peace with the consequences of the peace that you create. Okay? Let me say that again. Be at peace with the peace that you create, but be more at peace with the consequences of the peace that you create. So even if your peace is pure chaos to everybody else, but you're at peace, be good with that. But also be good with the consequences or the results of that. Est-ce que vous comprenez? Tu comprends? Super, 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 super. Si marche. So, let's do our collective reading at this time. Collectively, the spirits communicate to us that through betrayal, we will find ourselves alone. May that be self-inflicted or otherwise. As we stand alone, do not become emotionally immature or immature of this particular part of your journey. Allow this journey to develop. And if you allow this journey to develop and you understand the reason why you stand alone, you will find peace and appreciate the consequences or rewards of that peace. Let me tell a lot of you this. You may not like what I'm about to say, but as you know, truth and facts sound like hate to those that hate truth and facts. But if you have been betrayed and the ancestors or work you've done, or you use that your holy water to purify and to remove, you will stand alone. Why? Because it may be the person that you're with that does not deserve to benefit from the blessings in your new path and on your new road, in your new house, or in your new car, or in your new tax bracket. And when you understand that they, it, them, those, whatever it is, was unworthy, was undeserving, you will find your peace, elevation to that statement. When you find that you have betrayed yourself and that you have found yourself alone, do not become upset, but begin to ask yourself, what lesson is it in, what blessing is it in this lesson? And that lesson is to commit to you. And when you understand that commitment to you and yours, the value of you and yours, you will find peace. You will have peace and the rewards of that peace. Keep that in mind. I would appreciate it greatly if you would please leave a comment after this video has uploaded and let me know how that particular collective reading hits for you. Please share the video if you do not mind. Also, please remember, if you are able to and you have the ability to at this time, to donate to our GoFundMe of starting my family during my IVF and surrogacy journey. I would be so grateful. Thank you so much for your energy, your time, and your efforts. It's been a pleasure. Merci, merci beaucoup. Tomorrow in the Coven, if you have not joined the Coven, the link is over in the bio as well. Tomorrow's Coven, we are going to go further in the ideas of elevation, the types of elevation, not just the elevation of your magic, but also the conversation of elevating spirits, what that looks like, but also the evolution, in addition to elevation, of abilities, how that looks different. But we'll be discussing that tomorrow in the Coven, and everyone know that is private. That link is over in the bio. Don't miss the conversation. I look forward to seeing you all then. Until next time, merci beaucoup, et bonne soirée, bonne journée, à tout à l'heure. À plus tard. Pardon, à plus tard. À tout à l'heure. À bientôt. À bientôt.